Hey there, fellow Star Wars fans. It's Drew Kaplan, Star Wars Maven, and tomorrow kicks off this new era, this High Republic era. It's something that has never, ever before been explored in Star Wars. Now, it takes place 200 years prior to the events in the prequel trilogy, and this is kicking off with books, with comic books. I believe we're even getting a television show eventually out of this High Republic era. So this is really just the beginning. Now, this all starts off tomorrow with the release of two books, one which is a novel and the other which is a middle grade book. And then shortly thereafter, we're going to get some comic books. In the beginning of February, we're going to get a Claudia Gray young adult novel. So this is all just the beginning. There's actually going to be a lot coming out of it. High Republic era is, as Michael Siglain shared just today at a release event,
it is a time of peace. And it is the Jedi Knights at their height. It is a golden age of the Jedi that we've seen hinted about, but we've never seen in current fiction. We're in an era where anything can happen. We've never really been in that spot before since those original films.
And as Kevin Scott also shared during that same event, it is a golden era.
This is the golden age of the Jedi. This is when they're at their heights. These are peacekeepers who've pretty much done their job exceptionally well. There's been peace for hundreds and hundreds of years. And so the galaxy has entered a period of prosperity, of progress, and that's changed the way the Jedi view themselves, view the Force, in some cases even view the laws of the Jedi as well. But most importantly, it's changed the way the Jedi operate. They're not hidden away in temples, and there's not just one temple on Coruscant. There are outposts and temples on every major planet in the Republic.
This entire time, we actually have a galactic republic that is fairly at peace with everything, as Charles Soule describes.
There's the High Republic is a galactic government that is run by a very enlightened chancellor named Chancellor Lina So, and she has generated sort of a motto for the galaxy that has been by and large bought into, which is "We are all the Republic."
However, what sets things in motion and what starts to upset things going on is a particular incident. It's called the Legacy Run incident that actually occurs fairly towards the beginning of Charles Soule's new book, Light of the Jedi, which he further describes.
There's a problem with hyperspace. Something really, really bad happens, and it begins to involve a very large swath of the Outer Rim. And the Light of the Jedi begins with that disaster, and the response of the Republic and the Jedi to it allows us to meet a very sort of broad group of new characters, which is really fun because you're introducing many, many, many new ideas, new characters, new people that hopefully the readers are going to really fall in love with quickly. And so the idea was to give all of those characters a crisis to respond to, because nothing exposes character more than responding to a crisis. And so it is huge. The Great Disaster takes up the whole first third of Light of the Jedi. It's a massive storytelling thing, but it's not just in Light of the Jedi, because one of the ideas that we wanted to do was to suggest that there are certain events throughout the entire High Republic story that we're telling that are being hit at different times by all of the storytelling. So Daniel's book, Justina's book, Claudia, Cav's, all of the stuff we're doing, they hit these events in much the same way that the Death Star's explosion rippled through many, many stories throughout Star Wars that we've seen. The Great Disaster is similar, and there will be lots of other cool events like that to come.
Now, the antagonists in this, which we see in not only Charles Soule's Light of the Jedi, as well as Claudia Gray's Into the Dark, but also even Justina Ireland's Test of Courage. All of these three books are coming out. The primary antagonists are the Nihil.
They don't care about anything. They really have no limits. And I think when fans realize that they're not just out here like looting, pillaging, killing, they're even worse than that. I think they're going to realize that this is an all new Star Wars. We're also being very familiar. But one of the things I do think is really cool about the Nihil is that if you think that they might do something bad, you have to make that even worse. And that's the level at which the Nihil exists.
Which will be really interesting to have them antagonistic against the Jedi. Now, one of the things that is really actually deeply fascinating, this is mostly a publishing push and literature, and they are it's totally new stories. Right? We've never been in this era before. We don't know what to expect. As opposed to, let's say, the Clone Wars, where we knew certain Jedi would be making it out at least until Order 66. Here we really have no idea who makes it out, who survives, what's going on, aside from, Yoda does pop up. He does get mentioned. They're even in Light of the Jedi. There's a couple of Jedi who are on the Jedi Council in the Phantom Menace, Opera Incisus, as well as Yarel Poof. So we know they make it out, okay? But aside from that, we don't know any of these other characters and how they fare in the course of this. Now, I did mention this is the beginning, and this, as Michael Siglain shares, is actually, it's just the tip
of the iceberg with the stories we're telling of the High Republic. And in fact, all of the books that we're talking about today are really just phase one of the program. There will be a steady stream of books and comics and magazines coming your way on a monthly basis, which is really exciting. I can say that phase one is titled Light of the Jedi. Phase 2 is titled Quest of the Jedi, and Phase 3 is titled Trials of the Jedi. When we talk about this being a multi-year initiative, we are absolutely playing the long game here, which is very exciting.
So this was all really fascinating. I hope you found it intriguing, and it seems like there's going to be a lot as part of this big publishing push, and to see and to really push the eras, this totally new era of Star Wars. And I'm curious because I really don't know what to expect. So I'm curious, and I hope this was helpful, and may the Force be with you.